Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Hi, this is Radford at Twit, and this is the review of the Lenovo Yoga 11S. The Yoga 11S is basically an ultra-portable Windows 8 hybrid that works as a laptop and a tablet. The tablet portion of it is basically a 1366 by 768 resolution display that's using capacitive touchscreen, of course, and runs the full Windows 8 experience. The Yoga runs from a variety of processors from the i3 to the i7. This particular review unit is the i5 version. So the i5 Intel processor is not using the latest version like the Haswell processors, but it's using the more outdated ones. So the Yoga 11S actually has quite a number of things going for it. Mostly its design and its portability. Looking at it, it actually has a very clean looking design. It comes in two colors, silver and orange. This one actually has some really nice slots in it. It has an SD card slot, which can take about a variety of things, and it has your USB port, as well as a nice little power adapter that actually flips, kind of a la Apple. Then you have on this side here an HDMI port, an extra USB port, and your typical headphone jack. This one is actually a USB 3 port, but for the most part, it's the same thing you would expect from other ultra portables. It has a pretty clean keyboard that's very similar to what we're seeing on today's laptops, and it has your trackpad. Now, of course, you have touchscreen and the trackpad, so you can actually control what you would typically control with a regular laptop, and you can touch the screen. When you touch the screen, it actually stops your mouse for a moment, but you can still do the controls from your trackpad. So other than that, it's not too shabby. The real magic happens is when you actually flip and convert it into a tablet mode. Now the cool thing about this is that when you're switching to tablet mode, the keyboard is obviously disabled, and if you see the keyboard from the back, it may feel kind of a little bit cumbersome at first because you could feel the keys depressed as you're holding down the tablet. But the cool thing about it is once you kind of get used to it, it actually feels pretty good. Holding it left and right, and the fact that you're touching the mouse pad doesn't really have any consequential issues with the interface, but you can still pretty much do what you'd normally expect to do on a regular tablet. I think one of the things I really wanted to point out is the fact that there's actually some pretty good speed in this laptop, and part of that's due because we're running at a more lower resolution. And so let me just show a couple of things here, something that's kind of important, like the gaming aspect. So you can actually use the touch screen, and you can see right now the graphics are actually pretty fast on an i5. And this is a pure Windows 8 app running this, so it's not too bad. I think the only thing that really bugs me is the fact that the timing of this is just so off. We have new Intel CPUs that are running on the Haswell chipset, and those use much less power. So this one is still using the more outdated versions of the Intel i5 CPU, and it'd probably be best to wait. The other thing too is that Windows 8.1 is around the corner, and so if you want to take advantage of that nice little start button, you're going to have to wait just a little bit more. So for the pros, I give it a beautiful design. It has a nice keyboard, it's easy to convert, and it has a variety of use cases. For instance, you can actually flip the tablet into a standing mode, so it works. So if you're cooking in the kitchen or whatnot, you can actually do that. It's also pretty durable. It's light on the hands, even when it's in tablet mode, so it's not so bad. It has some pretty good speed, and it's running full Windows 8, so that's the other big advantage. It's not running RT from its older cousin. The cons is that it's using an outdated Intel CPU. Windows 8.1 is coming just right around the corner, so it might be pretty good to wait, but this is still a pretty good laptop. The display could probably be a little bit higher resolution, but that's something we'll probably have to wait on for a bit. So the final verdict, I'd give this pretty much a try. It's just almost there. It's almost there from being a buy, but if you go probably wait a little bit more, the prices might just come down, and you're probably looking at a laptop that's definitely usable in the near future. So again, this is Radford at Twit, and this is the review of the Lenovo Yoga 11S.